In the Mix is presented by Bon Thai Restaurant and Lounge.
Welcome back to In the Mix. I have been trying to get this interview for over a year, but now he's home for the holidays. Meet Teddy Salas.
If you've ever been to the Guam Museum, chances are you've heard his work.
So tell me what you did for this
Everything you hear in this film, I did, with the exception of they recorded the voiceover. So all these sound effects and like all of that, all the mixing where like those voices and everything like that I did that.
Originally from the villages of Santa Rita and Agat, Teddy Salas, a sound engineer, is now living in Los Angeles, where he works for Sony Pictures. All the audio you hear at the permanent exhibit is his work. Home for the holidays with his family, he finally got to see and hear the finished product for himself as we toured the museum with his mom and aunt. It was his friend Cara Flores, the executive director of NIHI, who helped him land the museum project.
So tell me what you did for this part of the exhibit. Actually, for all of the exhibits.
Yeah,
here.
so basically everything you hear right now was some background ambiences that I designed, and a lot of it was with help from Cara, where she actually went out and got like some sounds from, where did she go? She was up in, I forgot where she got her sound, but she gathered a bunch of jungle noises for me, and then I took that, and she managed to get some native birds from who is it? What's the Guam exhibit or the
like a Department of Agriculture?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So sorry, I blanked on that. But she managed to get like their archive of native bird sounds, and so all the birds you hear are actually those, like some of the extinct birds, and that I squeezed into the ocean, the base of jungle she gave me, and added a little bit of stuff to it, some insects. And it was actually the attention to detail that these guys have here is great, because I remember submitting my first jungle and they're like, boy, remove the mosquitoes, because the mosquitoes didn't come until the Spanish came. And I was like, hey, yes sir, no mosquitoes. All right.
I didn't even know mosquitoes had a sound, but...
Well, just a little like that insecty, like every now and then I kind of stuck that in there, just all layers and trying to give it some texture. And they're like, yeah, that didn't come till the Spanish showed up. I was like, yes sir, out, done.
According to Teddy, he tried to keep all the audio in the entire exhibit as authentic as possible. At one point, however, he admits it was difficult, but it was through wise words from his idol that got him through.
When we get into the World War II one, actually, that was probably my biggest, the one where I had, I hit like maybe a week or two of like, I guess, whatever, writer's block or something, where I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do to lay out what they were supposed to hear. I couldn't figure it out. I sat down, I tried to read a book, and I'm not really big into reading, so I just tried really hard. And I was trying to put myself into that mind frame of World War II in the Pacific, and I couldn't figure it out. And then I told Cara, I was like, man, I'm so sorry. I'm just going through writer's block right now, and it had the script and everything like that, what they wanted to hear. And so she said, just do what Johnny Saban said, is just like, tell him to ask his ancestors. And I was like, all right. And I think that was it. I just sort of like, I sat there and I just thought about it, and kind of just said, all right, let me, hey grandpa, you want to just throw me a story real quick? And then it was there you go. It just sort of like, I went into the studio for like 2 or 3 days, and it was like boom, 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 boom. Here you go, try it out. What do you think? Yeah, it was weird. Johnny Saban, man. Hey, tell him to ask your ancestors. That guy's right.
And you haven't met him yet. So.
I have not met him yet.
Can't believe you haven't met.
I know.
Saban,
I know.
man.
That would be that's
A graduate of Southern High, it was in 2002, Teddy left Island to pursue his dreams to become a sound engineer. He graduated from the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences in Arizona. He then landed a job at Roundabout Entertainment in California, where he worked for 14 years before being hired at Sony Pictures.
What are some of the projects you've worked on, aside from this one?
Well, I've done a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I guess the biggest one that everyone's always like freaked out by. It was I was on the Defiant Ones for HBO. It was the documentary, like a 4-part documentary on Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine, and that was probably one of the most fun projects I've ever done. And it was really cool, and you know, that's probably up there with one of the best ones I've done. But I've done yeah, I've done the Pentatonics Christmas special. I did the
We just saw that.
yeah,
We just
yeah, I did that one. I did the final sound mix for it. I did Blake Shelton's Christmas special back in 2012. I did a bunch of comedy specials for like Tracy Morgan and the girl from HBO that got in trouble with the when she did the press thing, Michelle Wolf. I did her comedy special. Yeah, I mean, bunch of stuff, I guess.
Teddy is being modest. He's also performed audio engineering work for shows on HBO, The Food Network, VH1, Comedy Central, Spike 22, and FYI Guam Films with Alex Munoz. But the Guam Museum project is the one he holds close to his heart.
This is a pretty big deal. This is my people, and this is, you know, I'm Chamorro too, and it's like, why not? You know, why not be a part of this thing? And so I'm so glad that I got that opportunity, because this is definitely one of my prouder moments. Yeah, just sitting in there, you know, my mom, and especially like now she gets it. You know, she never really got it, and then I was like, just, you get it now, right, Mom? You get it?
While on Guam, Teddy will be facilitating a 2-day audio in-post for film workshop, which will be geared towards sound editing, designing, and mixing techniques. It will include live demonstrations and practical exercises. The workshop will be held at Docomo Pacific from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. December 28th and 29th. For more information, go to nihikids.org/register. Meanwhile, remember how I mentioned Johnny Sablon was his idol? Well, while at the museum, Teddy finally got to meet him.
In our interview, he kept talking about how he's never met you.
I never met you. So I have your albums.
Well, I'm just as very honored. But thank you, because giving back to the community and to Chamorro is what we're looking for from you guys, the young, because for us now we've laid it down. We've laid down the road. So step up, claro, right? All we need to do is just put in what we need, our desire to make it work, and to make it come alive. Yeah?
Keep it here. News feeds next.